Whew.
You worn out already?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone's? Everyone's.
Beep, beep.
We got about a minute before we get launched into this morning show. We're going to talk about the desire, the starting point for all achievement, the starting point for all riches. And a lot of the principles are going to be based upon the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I'm having fun restudying this. And I studied it last night and I studied this morning to show myself approved. And we're going to get it in just a moment. You got the music ready? It's 9.
Good morning, good morning. Is that Debbie? Hey, Debbie.
Debbie Marble? Good morning. How you doing? Good morning. This is Brian McNeil, and this is
Lisa Santiago.
And you joined us this morning on our show, Let's Talk About It. Available to you on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, on YouTube. Tune in, and right here on Facebook Live. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, depending on where you're watching this at. We just want to connect.
That's right, we do. And I'm excited about this morning's show. We don't have a special guest this morning. Well, we do appreciate our guest we had yesterday, Mr. Angel Guerrero. I'm happy to see you already over the Empowerment Duo page. Thank you, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
And Debbie, good morning. Everyone we see, we appreciate you guys on Lisa Santiago McNeil's page. We appreciate you guys over there on Brian McNeil's page. It looks like my page is very popular this morning. I thank you all for joining me. I will tell you, we can share your word better on the Empowerment Duo page. Good morning, cuz. How you doing, Kenny? My cousin Kenny, ex-outstanding basketball player.
Ex? What about former?
Former? Okay. He's in his late 40s now. You know, he can't be like he used to be. Neither can I. So
I was about to say, who can?
Neither can I. But we're going to talk about desire. Now, yesterday we explored the first chapter of the book, Think and Grow Rich, which is Thoughts Are Things. The second chapter of the book.
I don't drink coffee, Angel. He drinks coffee. He's got 2 cups on the table, actually.
Don't make me talk about why I got 2 cups.
Why you got 2? Oh, don't talk about it. Oh, my goodness. Positive, happy thoughts.
That's right. Positive and happy thoughts today.
Amen.
But anyway, yesterday we talked about.
We do have a guest today.
Ooh.
And I forgot him. Sending now.
You got a guest?
Yes. James Oliver.
Oh.
It's okay. I got this. You handle that.
Is the camera still showing?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! So we do have it. Does he know what we're talking about?
We're going to talk about his book along with Desire, which actually goes together.
Oh my goodness! See, now this is real live stuff. Lisa should have told me this yesterday. She should have told me this whenever we booked the guest.
I know.
So that I got mentally prepared, but she didn't tell me.
No,
so now we're going to have to tap dance and make it work.
I'm so sorry, Brian.
We're going to make it work, though. We're going to make it work.
I apologize. James Oliver is the nephew of one of our really good friends, Bill Franklin. And he is the...
Love Bill. Bill Franklin was instrumental in us two becoming a couple.
Yes, he is an awesome author, and he is an inventor of We Montage, and we'll talk about it a little bit more in just a moment.
Okay. So what time? Can we have a few minutes before he comes on? Okay, cool. So we'll bring him in maybe 9:15, 9:20, something like that. Is that okay,
yes.
Co-producer?
I'm not the co-producer.
Jesus.
I'm the producer and the director.
Yeah, but the...
Awkward, Angel. Yes, it is awkward. The 4th of July holiday, I allowed it to get me off my game.
Okay. We're going to ride with that.
Thank you.
So anyway, Desire. Now, I have, first off, again, this is an essential book, Think and Grow Rich.
Essential.
Now, there are a lot of different colors. Did you notice we put this book out with different covers?
Mm-hmm.
Like the first cover I had was all brown. And then another cover came out that was silver, and another came out with the Rodin's Thinker poster. Statue on it.
Mm-hmm.
They change the cover often. Why do you think they do that, Miss Book Publisher?
to meet the audience where it is. Things evolve, people's likes and dislikes evolve, and also to refresh it.
Because they didn't change the content, they just changed the cover.
That's it. Hey, Gladys, yeah. And that, what does a clue look like? You can actually repurpose your stuff whenever you want. They own it. They own the content, and just repurposing it gets it put out again in front of a new audience. And hey, boom, good morning. An opportunity for a new group of people to see it. Boom, I sent you an email this morning. Please give it a check because I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Now, Angel Desire.
The first thing I'm going to do,
streetcar named Desire.
I'm going to give the dictionary definition of desire first, if I can find it, if I can get online here. But but anyway, the desire. You know what? I think I'd like to be a millionaire. That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be nice. Is that a desire?
I don't think so.
You don't think that's a desire?
That's
Why not?
a little weak. Hey, Stephanie. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I can't hardly read anybody's names.
Stephanie Morris and Gladys Jacobs.
Good morning, both of you guys. Good morning. Good morning. I'm not online here.
Okay.
I need to get online.
Why? You doing the most.
Because I wanted to look up the word. That's what I wanted to do. I don't need to look up words now? Anyway.
You don't know what desire means?
I do know what desire means. And I want to balance what I think it means, what you think it means, and what Webster thinks it means.
Who cares about what Webster thinks it means?
I do.
All right, well, look it up then.
Stop messing with me, okay? Let's get our show in.
Lord.
You don't have to mess with me. Okay.
I don't have to mess with him. Good morning, Shawanda.
Shawanda Irby.
Good morning.
Now, we know that name.
She's a new viewer. We thank you for coming on. Good morning. Good morning,
good morning, good
Valerie.
Morning.
Good morning. New day, new start. Yes, it is.
All right, let's get a new start here. So anyway, Lisa, so desire, the starting point for all riches. There's a few stories in that chapter. It's a longer chapter in the book, but it's talking about how you can't accumulate anything. You can't have any success without really, really wanting it. Now, there's a story that Eric Thomas became famous for, but he didn't invent the story. The story was told many times. I've told this story more than 20 years ago, more than 25 years ago. I used to tell it my sales forces. But in the last 3 years, Eric Thomas became famous for telling this story.
Okay.
And he tells it really well, actually. Thank you very much. He tells it really well, but he don't tell it like Brother Brian tells it. Okay? So I'm going to tell this story really quickly.
Okay, we're looking for it.
This is in an African village, and there was a teenager there, and he thought he wanted to be successful in life. He wanted to be wealthy. He wanted to be successful in life. And he asked his dad, he says, Dad, what do I have to do to be successful in life? He goes, son, I'm not that successful. I don't really know. But there's the old man at the end of the village. He's very successful. You can ask him. And the young man's on his way there, and he sees his uncle. He says, Uncle, what do I have to do to be successful as a man? He goes, I'm not really that successful either. Why don't you go ask the old man at the end of the village? He's the one that's the most successful. Ask him. So he goes to the end of the village. He did try 2 different ways. He goes to the end of the village, and there's the old man sitting in his front porch on a rocking chair. The old man is tall and gaunt. The young man steps up and says, oh man, people in the village tell me you could tell me how to become a successful man. What do I have to do to become a successful man? And the old man looked at him for a moment or so, and then he said, meet me here at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow. Okay. The young man leaves. He comes back at 5:30. As soon as he gets up to the guy's house, the old man comes off the porch, steps down, grabs the young man by the hand, and starts walking him through the jungle. They're walking on a footpath through the jungle. They get right out to the beach, and he's got a good grip of the young man's hand. He walks him into the water. The water's at their ankles. The water's at their knees. The water's at their waist. He's holding the young man's hand, pulling him into the water. Hadn't said a word yet. He gets him all the way into the water. The water's like right up to the young man's like nose here. And then the old man pushes the kid's head under the water and holds it there. And the kid is struggling, and the old man's holding his head under the water. He's struggling, and then he lets go of his hand, and the kid comes out of the water, gasping for air. Old man didn't say a word. He grabs the kid by the hand, turns him around, and takes him back through the jungle all the way to his house. And then he lets go of his hand, and he goes back up on his porch and sits down. And the kid's standing there bewildered, like, what was all of this? I asked you, how do I become successful? And you tried to drown me. I didn't try to drown you. He says, when you were underwater and I was holding your head down under the water, what did you want more than anything else? You old fool, I wanted to breathe. I wanted some air. He goes, when you want success that badly, then you'll know the key to having it. When you want success as badly as you want air, then you'll know what you need to do to get it.
Wow. We've got some comments from our co-producers. Mark Smith, determination will get you in the game. Dedication and persistence will win the game.
Amen. We got a lot of stuff over here.
That's right. So Angel had a couple of comments, and I'm going to put the first one up there first. Okay. He said, your desire is fully under your control. When you are hungry for something, a relationship, a job, a promotion, a house, there'll be nothing other than that which you are hungry for that will satisfy you with desire fueling you. You gain the ability to run over every roadblock in pursuit of what you wish to acquire. He goes on to say, desire is yours and yours alone. It cannot be taken away or diminished without your say-so, making it the most powerful weapon you can have when venturing out on your own. With desire on your side, the word impossible is no longer featured in your vocabulary.
Here's the challenge with what Brother Angel just said.
Good morning. Good morning.
I like to agree with Angel, but the challenge with what Angel just said is everyone.
She must be having challenges. Doyle says, great story. Thank you so much, Doyle.
Thank you very much. The challenge with what Angel said and what a lot of people say is every single person that makes it to adulthood has dreams of what they want their life to be. They think about what they want their life to be, but most people don't get it. Why not? It's not because they didn't want it. Maybe Angel, maybe everyone else is their want wasn't great enough, or their want wasn't great enough to move them and take an action that they must take. In the book, Think and Rich, it says you will never achieve success until you can work yourself, and this is how they describe it, a white hot heat for it. Les Brown says most people don't reach success because they never really get to rock bottom. They get close to rock bottom and they make peace with the painful situation, but they never get to the place where they can't stand it down here any longer. They have to fight for something else.
I think that if you are too much of a comfort creature, then you won't give in to the pull of desire, because it requires you to be uncomfortable before you can get comfortable. And if you're the type of person that prefers comfort, prefers less strenuous activities.
Yeah, and getting out of the pain, which is natural, right? It's natural for us to want to move away from pain. Isn't that the most natural thing in the world? That's how we survived, right? The animals chasing us. The dictionary defines desire as a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. I don't know if I like that one. That's the noun. The verb says a strongly wish for or want something. I'm personally challenged with dictionary using the word wish to define desire. I don't know if I like that. A desire is something that pulls you towards that. For example, I want you to right now try to not think about your desired goal. Don't think about what you want your life to be. Okay? What you kicking at?
I'm laughing because James Oliver is coming on shortly, and he says, "Okay, I'll be right back. Let me get pretty-ish."
That's right, pretty-ish.
Good morning, D. I'm rocking. I'm repping.
Is that D Block?
Oh, that's D Porter.
Okay.
I'm sorry, wrong D. But it's okay. Good morning. And yes, I think it is true.
Now, he does give a concrete 6-step formula to reach to reach your goal. It gives a 6-step formula. I'm wondering if I want to go through the formula before we bring on brother, what's his name? James?
Angel says weak desires bring weak results.
Yeah.
Just as a small amount of fire makes a small amount of heat.
Amen. I appreciate that.
Boom says desire is knowing your why. You must know your why, and it must be big enough. I agree. That was what I was about to say, actually. Angel says your definite desire will inspire you to move forward when you are too tired to take another step. Every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent success, Napoleon Hill. Definite desire will help you to overcome poverty, abuse, trauma, discrimination, learning disabilities, humiliation, rejection, lack of education, sickness, and failure.
Right. Because of what Boom said and what Angel said, I'm going to go through the 6 steps now before we bring Brother James on.
And that's fine. I actually believe that poverty, abuse, trauma, discrimination, and learning disabilities, along with humiliation, rejection, and lack of education, and sickness, and failure, all increase the possibility of success.
There's a lot of truth in that. I like a lot of that because, I mean, the flower grows in concrete. You know, when you get tired of something enough, you can make it through no matter what.
I don't know why it's freezing up, Karen.
All right, I'm going to go through the 6 steps. This is in chapter 2 of the book, Think and Grow Rich. The 6 steps 6 ways to turn desire into gold. Step number 1. First, fix in your mind the exact amount of money that you desire. Fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. You desire to have 10 grand in the bank. You desire to make 10 grand a month. You desire to have 20 grand in the bank. You desire 20 grand a month. The important thing is that you fix in your mind an exact amount. Your brain cannot wrap around vagueness or make a lot of money. I want to find me some money, and you find a penny in the parking lot. Your goal has been achieved. You found some money. You weren't specific enough, you know? So the first step is fixing your mind an exact amount. Amen. How you feel about that? Fixing your first step 1.
Riches do not respond to wishes. They respond only to definite plans. That is right, Angel.
Step 2, since we're going to keep moving. Step 1 is fixing your mind the exact amount of money or thing that you desire. Step 2 is determine exactly what you intend to give, in italics, in return for the money you desire. What do you intend to give for the exact amount that you desire? What do you intend to give? Do you intend to give services in one area or another? Do you intend to preach or teach or write or do this? Do you intend to give up sleep? What do you intend to give in return for what you desire? You have to determine that. Third, establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. A lot of people fumble with this because they don't like having to put down a date. I intend to have 10 grand in my bank account by September the 1st. And oh shoot, it's August 15th and I don't have the money. What's up, baby?
No.
Yeah, they're breathing and stuff. Did you want to comment or something? Do you disagree with something? Is there any silent dissent going on over there?
There's no silent dissent, but I haven't really connected with anything you've said yet.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to keep going. 4 is what Angel was just talking about. Create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once. And the begin at once was the thing that he talks about the most. When you create your plan towards your goal, begin it at once, whether you're ready or not. Even if you're not ready, you still need to begin it.
Karen says that she loves that book. It's definitely a life changer, and we must act as if we already have what we desire.
I would love someone's comment on how do you feel about the concept of beginning it at once, whether you're ready or not. You know, I want to be a professional speaker. Begin the process now. Put together a one sheet, put together a talk, go speak at a community center. Beginning at once, whether you're ready or not. But I got 2 jobs right now, and I got 2 kids right now, and I got a mortgage and a car. I don't have any time. You still must begin at once. Begin at once, moving toward it.
I think that is an important step, and I encourage people to just step out on it. You'll get better. You'll get better, but you can't steer if you're not moving.
You can't steer. That's right. Try to steer a bicycle. Get on a bicycle
and stand perfectly still.
And see how long you stay upright.
And or get in a car and try to turn the wheel if it is in park.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can do it. It's hard though. Right. I don't know if you can do it in park, but you can do it like in neutral, which is nothing.
That's right.
But it's not as easy to steer.
That's a great point. If you're moving, you can steer.
Mm-hmm. Karen says, my husband and I read that book. Those 6 steps really work. We applied it to our life last year and manifested our desire for that month within 30 days. That is awesome. Angel has
Thank you for that, Karen.
Absolutely. Thank you. Be aware of the sacrifice and the hardships involved in becoming a winner, but focus on the rewards and the success. Knowing what rewards you can earn stimulates your desire and makes you work harder. Mona Wesley. Hey, Mona. Yes, God will not bring the vision without the provision. You must step out on faith. Just do it.
Just do it. So much meat to chew on all the things you guys just said there. But I'm going to keep it going. I like the analogy of it's easier to steer once you're moving. You know, I heard something this morning. You should write your goal in concrete and write your plans in the sand. Mm-hmm. You know, the goal is it, no matter what, but the way you get there may change.
I believe, going back to what Boom says, that when you discover your why, then you will get closer to your what. The what might not be as clear, but the why has to be crystal clear. And the how is none of your business anyway.
That's right. All right.
The how is none of your business anyway. God has to provide the how, and it's usually provided by others outside of yourself.
And it's so wonderful when the how surprises you in a different way than you thought. You know, I'm not producing, but let's put James in the green room. All right.
The more you understand about your chosen profession, the greater your interest will be. The more interest you have, the greater your desire to succeed.
All right, step number 5. It says write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you want, you intend to acquire, name the time limit for its acquisition, state what you intend to give in return for the money. This is want you to write it all out and describe the plan through which you intend to accumulate it. Step 4 and 5, creating the plan and writing it out. Step 6 is the most important part. And a lot of people have heard about step 6, but not the preceding steps. People forget the prerequisite part of it. Mm-hmm. I'm glad he's there. I'm going to read this, and then we're going to bring your boy on. Okay, step number 6. Read your written statement aloud twice daily. Once just before retiring at night, and once after you arise in the morning. As you read, see, and feel, and believe yourself already in possession of the money. Read it right before you go to bed with feeling. Mm-hmm. Read it when you first wake up with feeling. There are some versions who recommend the one at night, particularly when you're about to go to sleep. Read it with feeling because your subconscious will act on that all night long, and you'll wake up with some answers. We got some people making comments over there.
Yes, Dee, thank you. I love the idea, but getting out of our own way is challenging, she says. I know that's been my challenge, but like Mona, I believe in just doing it. Get better through movement. What's the Boom reading you're reading from? So that's the Boom book. Harry, and the book that we're reading from is Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and it is an essential book. You cannot go through your life without having read this book and be successful too. You must do it. Okay? The reading it out loud, that's so corny. That doesn't make any sense. What difference does it make if I read it out loud or not? What difference does it make? I know what my goal is. Why do I have to read it twice a day? It's because your subconscious needs to be convinced. Because you've made a lot of goals and your subconscious have changed, and you change your mind a lot of times. Your subconscious, your below conscious level needs to be convinced.
Absolutely.
So, do you know how? Are you going to introduce your boy?
I am, and if you will allow me to do what I'm doing, I will do what I'm going to do.
Somebody got an attitude this morning. I don't even know why. I thought I'm doing my job.
You're not. You all over here.
Somebody's got an attitude. I love you being that going nice as can possibly be.
Oh,
and she gives me the stuff.
Grief. I'm trying to get some information that I need.
All right,
Mona says our words create and must be spoken to bring it to life.
Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Mona. It must be spoken. You must speak it. You must be willing to speak it. And it takes some courage to write it out and to be willing to get in your bathroom mirror and read that desired goal out loud to yourself before you go to bed. This is another challenge with that. It's easy to do. And so much of the stuff this is a quadrant 2 activity. Easy to do, which means it's also
Valerie.
very easy not to do it. Quadrant 2 is from the book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He's talking about units of time. And quadrant 2 is things that are important to do, but not urgent. There's no one going to say, you got to do it now. That's not going to happen. Okay, there's never even going to be a moment that you have to do it now, but it's still important to do. Those things that are important to do, but not urgent, those are the places where you win in life. Those are the places where your money and your success is. Doing those little things that are important to do, but not urgent.
Ha-ha. You're live. Can we hear you, James?
I don't know. Can you?
Yes, we can hear you. How you doing, sir?
We can hear you. Awesome. You got to lean in, honey. So I am thankful. I hope you got to hear a little bit of our show, and pardon the bickering. That was not part of
completely Lisa's fault, but it's okay.
But we're talking about desire today.
That's what I saw.
Say it again?
That's what I saw. It was Lisa's fault.
It's all good. It's all good.
James, you come very well recommended. Bill Franklin is his uncle.
Yeah,
First off, I love Bill. Okay,
yeah.
And I know Bill loves me, and he loves most people. Okay, but I know anybody that Bill recommends, I respect because he's just that kind of guy. Yes,
that's my dude. We talk every day.
I talk every day.
Awesome. Man. I connected with James a couple of years ago when he was launching WeMontage, which I absolutely love, and I've recommended to lots and lots of people. It is an interesting and unique way to display your art, your photographs or whatever in a non-permanent way that will allow you to then remove it without marring. So for temporary spaces like college dorm rooms or office spaces that you're renting and they say no stuff on the wall, or vending and stuff like that, it can be used for. Am I doing a good job with that?
No, it is. I'll just say, so WeMontage is WeMontage. WeMontage.com is the world's only website that lets you take your digital images and turn them into a large collage on removable wallpaper.
Wow.
And
I want
really
that.
cool.
I want it now. So James.
But that's what I'm gonna say. But that's not why I brought him on here.
Okay.
I brought him on because he is also an entrepreneur. Other than being an inventor, he's also an entrepreneur and now an author. And you know that I love authors. But he is a special kind of entrepreneur because he's a dad. Yes, you're special. You're special. He's a special kind of entrepreneur. He's not just a parentpreneur. He's not just a dadpreneur. He's a twin dadpreneur.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
He's got 2 toddlers
that
he has to chase around while living out his dream of building his business. Yeah. There's got to be some desire in there.
So what I want you to do, Brother James,
a lot of drinking.
I want you first, please. Introduce yourself to us and the world that is watching now in your way. Bring us, Brother James. Introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, I mean, Lisa did a pretty good job. I mean, I like to say I'm co-founder of the world's cutest twins. That is,
I love that.
I mean, they are pretty stinking cute. I mean, it's a good thing they're cute, you know, because they are 4 years old, right?
Oh,
good thing they're cute.
That's right.
You know, I'm just a dude who believed his mama when she told him he could do and be whatever he wanted. You know, and I started WeMontage, which requires custom, complicated software. I don't know how to write a line of code. Like, who does that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Did that, and I went through an accelerator. We were living up in Northeast Wisconsin, 30 miles south of Green Bay. I got into a tech accelerator, all in, raised over $400,000 to launch the business. On my own, I've gotten this thing featured on the Today Show 3 times, Good Morning America, DIY Network, Martha Stewart's blog, CNET.com, Yahoo Tech, CNBC's version of Shark Tank I was on. Also, Money Magazine came to the house last year and did a wonderful article and shot a really great video telling the story of the startup. So, you know, I'm probably the most.
I love that story. Tell those things, man. Permission to brag granted.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to give a little insight, you know. And I'm probably the most persistent and resilient person you'll ever meet.
Okay.
I am. I don't know if you know Paul Brunson, but Paul sent out an email a couple months now, and he was like, "What's the one thing in the world you're world class at? Like, what are you better at than everybody else in the world?" And I was like, "Oh, for me, that's easy. I'm the most persistent and resilient mug you will ever meet."
Persistent and resilient mug.
Dude, yeah, I'm the most persistent and resilient guy you ever meet, a person. And so that's great because in order to be an entrepreneur, so I read a really fascinating book called The Hard Thing About Hard Things by, famous venture capitalist. I apologize, my brain's not working. I have twin toddler brain.
Please capture that for us. The Hard Thing About Hard Things.
Yeah, by famous venture capitalist. The name escapes me. It'll come back to me in a second.
Okay.
But there's a couple of takeaways I have from that book, and one of which is he says that the only difference between successful and unsuccessful CEOs of new companies is the successful ones don't quit. And then I saw a really good quote from Steve Jobs the other day, and he said he's convinced that more than half of what makes people successful is persistence. And I'm like, I got a chance, right? Because if you're going to be an entrepreneur, 80% of new businesses fail, right?
Yep, and you're going to be met with those times when you want to quit as an entrepreneur, but if you persist.
I mean, really, anything worth doing in life is going to be challenging, right? But
I think so.
Entrepreneurship is hot right now, and people think it's sexy, and some people go into it, because I want to make all this money, and like whatever, dude. Like the first second you get thrown a curveball, if that's the only reason you're doing it, most likely you're going to pack up your tent or go do something else.
Right.
That's not real desire.
And
exactly. So I wanted to interject. So you talk about persistence. Do you believe that persistence and desire are connected in some way?
Well, I would think they have to be, right? Because the reason you're persisting is because you desire a specific outcome, right? Mm-hmm. Like in my case, I think so. My intention is to sell this business for $50 million someday.
Wow.
That's my vision. And I don't know if you ever saw that Money Magazine video. That's the last thing they say in the video. Like, that's my vision, and I'm sticking to it. Like, I don't care what things look like. I don't care all the ups and downs. Like, I don't care. I'm not paying attention to, one thing I do is when I do things, I'm always doing things that I think make sense and doing the best that I can, and I just release them. I don't have expectations. And that might not make sense to some people. No. Because if you have an expectation, the second it doesn't happen the way you want it to, you get disappointed.
So what drives you is doing it. Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, I mean, the vision is what's driving me. I mean,
okay.
So at a macro level, I'm 100%. At a macro level, I'm expecting to sell this business for a lot of money. But at a micro level, if I send an email to Adam Glassman from Oprah Winfrey's magazine, the creative editor, if I send him 10 emails, which I've done, by the way, to try to get WeMontage and Oprah's list of favorite things, every time I send an email, I'm not like, I'm going to be in Oprah's list of favorite things, he's going to get back to me. I'm like, nah, I'm just going to keep sending the emails, and eventually something will pop, or it won't, something else will pop.
You know what? I am Sam. Sam, I am. He didn't care about all that other stuff.
No, listen, because I'm just telling you my truth, like what I have experienced, because I've been through the ringer, right? Because my kids, I had kids, but my kids were born 3 months prematurely. They weighed 2 pounds, right? That happened 2 days before I was supposed to start that tech accelerator. And I went through that accelerator, crying every day. I mean, it was hard, right? And I raised capital, ran out of capital, raised capital. Hasn't been easy. Has not been an easy road. But it's like Oprah said. One episode is some one of her shows. I don't know. I don't watch it all the time. My wife watches them sometimes, and sometimes I walk in the room and I stop and watch. Right? Because Auntie Oprah.
Sure. That's your story, and you're sticking to
it. Right. I ain't watching no Oprah. She had some woman on there that was talking about when you make the choice to live on purpose. Right. When you make that choice, it's about to get real. And it's about to get real challenging, real fast. And, you got to be prepared for that. So you know, it's just like, but the flip side of that is like you get forged through fire, man, and just the amount of intestinal fortitude.
Disappointments, the not happening, the stopping, the starting, the keep.
It's just like you get a next level poise about you. Just next level.
Now, James, I hope you don't mind me asking this question, but there's a reason why I'm asking this question. How old are you?
47.
You're 47. Now, the reason why I asked that question is you said a couple of things that sounded like millennial talk to me.
Really?
You know?
Really?
It did to me, but you're our age, you know, so 47. You sound a little younger.
What's millennial? What's millennial talk? What did
millennial talk is things. What did he say? He says a couple of things that just like, okay, he must be younger, but it made sense though to me. But you're not, so you look younger than 47.
Oh, well, thank you.
You got pretty for the show, remember?
Yes, you did.
When I was going to be live, I had my gray beard going. I tried to shave it down. I have a chance. I tried to scrape off all the, you know, so I would have been looking 57. But so the other thing is I also the guy Ben Horowitz. That's who wrote the book, The Hard Thing About the Hard Things. So I'm also an author. So my book is called The More You Hustle, The Luckier You Get. You can be a successful parentpreneur. And
you have one of your books handy to show the cover? You have one of your books handy?
Not right here, but in the show notes, the website is themoreyouhustle.com. So it's available on
themoreyouhustle.com.
It's available on Amazon and Kindle as well. But I wrote that book because, you know, I'm a parent, I'm an entrepreneur, and I don't, you know, being a parent is inherently challenging. It's rewarding, but it's challenging. Being an entrepreneur is hard, right? At the end of the day, you hope it's rewarding. Right? But being a parent and an entrepreneur, most of my friends that are that way, you know, they don't have a lot of people they can relate to because people don't get it. And, you know, I just want those people to know, like, yo, listen, like, you're not crazy. You're not alone. You know, you can do it, right? Like, I see you. Yes. I feel you. I got you. And the book is just chock full of real talk, real stories of inspiration, and all the feedback I've gotten so far from people who are parentpreneurs or just entrepreneurs or just people trying to figure out if they want to get a side hustle. They're inspired after reading this book to hustle harder. And
hang on one second, Jamie. Hang on one second, please. We have a lot of people over on Lisa Santiago McNeil's page and Brian Keith McNeil's page. We have an outstanding guest, but you won't be able to see the guest unless you go over to the Empowerment Duo page. I believe it's worth your journey to leave Lisa Santiago McNeil's page, leave Brian Keith McNeil's page, and go over to the Empowerment Duos page. That way we can share you with our guests.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you to my co-producer, Sabrina Sturgis Huff, Parents Point of View, for posting for us, themoreyouhustle.com. She does a great job of supporting us remotely, making sure that our guests get presented in the most appealing light. So thank you so much for sharing.
Our guest today is Mr. James Oliver, right?
Yes.
James Oliver.
WeMontage.com is the other link that I would love for you to put up there for me.
WeMontage.com and themoreyouhustle.com.
We have themoreyouhustle.com, but I want you to also post WeMontage.com. That's we, W-E. Montage is MONTAGE.com. We got some people that got kids going back to school at the end of this summer season, and Sabrina Sturgis Huff is connected with those parents because she's sending those kids to college with Parents Point of View.
Amen.
They need to have their montages created so that they can take them and hook up their dorm room, customize it.
No, Sabrina, can I say something real quick? I think that's a really good point. I'm actually working on a really big campaign around that right now. You know, kids who go away to college as freshmen, like 95% of those kids have varying degrees of homesickness. And some of them, it gets so bad that they leave and go back home, which nobody wants that, right? So, you know, surrounding kids with familiar, comforting images of their loved ones, their family, their friends, their pets, you know, can ease their anxiety and help them just focus on the things that matter, having fun and getting a good education. And, you know, in the dorms, you can't put nails on the wall, so the product is really, really great. Like, I got one young lady, I think she's at school at Iona Prep. for the last 3 years, through her junior year, she's bought a Wii Montage. She just placed another order again this year for a new one for her 4th time. It's awesome, you know. So I have no doubt, like, the parents will love it, the students will love it. It's a good thing.
And just for understanding's sake, what is the price point? Is it affordable for parents?
Yeah, no, it's extremely affordable. So sizes start at 3 feet by 2 feet, and that's $59.99. So it's $10 a square foot. So it's very affordable. I mean, you can make it whatever size you want. Standard sizes, but it's great. Hey, thanks, Sabrina.
And our co-producer Sabrina actually confirms what you said. She says you're on it. It's so true. A lot of them will go back to the familiar so quickly.
Sabrina Huff, the woman that we're both talking about right now, she has a company called Parents Point of View, and her role is to help parents to get children to college and through college, you know, the right way. Help them to apply, get money, all those kinds of things.
That's great.
Sabrina, I want to talk to you. I heard something. I saw somebody this morning doing something similar to you, where she was charging $59 for a consultation to parents for just what you do. So please get in touch with me. So we have Mr. James Oliver on here today. He has already blessed us, and I can see it, brother. You know, your secret to success is dogged persistence. Dogged persistence.
Yeah, I also created a brilliant product. I'm not trying to be cocky, but
that's right.
No, it's brilliant. It's a beautiful product. It's affordable. The quality.
I think it is. I love
it. It is. It's just, you know, it's just a question of how long before it's going to catch on, like in a real massive, major kind of way. And like we talked about persistence, the one thing we know for sure is if you quit, it will never happen, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
So
if you quit, it doesn't happen.
It will never happen. So, you know, and I just moved back to Atlanta. I was living up in Wisconsin before. I'm in Atlanta. It's a whole different ecosystem. You know, so you got a whole startup community, a whole group of people. And yeah, man, it's going to pop like in a big way. So I'm very confident about that.
Absolutely. Well, we're actually bringing the Empowerment Author Showcase to Atlanta as a part of our 7
And you got to be a part, man.
We would love to have you present your book as part of the tour. But Sabrina also adds that she's looking at your website right now, James. Sabrina, you multitasking? Get back over here.
Wait a minute, which website is she on?
She's on. She says, I'm seeing that this is a great resource to share with the parents that I serve.
Montage,
she's looking at the We Montage website. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that would be great to share. Absolutely great to share with those parents getting their kids back to school. I also shared it, incidentally, about a year ago with a radio station that I was working with at the time. They were renting space in their facility, and they had tacked up some of their broadcasting hosts on the wall, but they couldn't put it up very cohesively. And because it was a temporary space or renting space or whatever the case was. So they had kind of pieced together a montage, if you will, a collage, if you will. And it didn't look bad, except that over time it had started to curl and you could see the separations and everything like that. And I had showed them your website, and they actually went on and ordered. They created it with the with all of the hosts. Yeah, they created it with all of the hosts, just putting their shows.
All the hosts, all radio stations.
And yeah, and they had it put up. Yes.
Oh, cool.
I can think about
it. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. And what they also did was they encouraged the hosts that were renting space at the facility to put it on the front of their desks. So when you're walking down the hall, you have a big montage on the front of your desk as opposed to a small sign of your name. So it was really cool.
Yeah. I can imagine all radio stations need to do that. All barbershops need to do that. I need to do one for my business.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, what if when we're using the other location, we could have the montage behind us instead of having to bring the flyer because it rolls down.
Yes, oh my gosh.
Sabrina says, yes, listening to my favorite morning duo and multitasking is what mamas do, Lisa Santiago McNeil. You know that. I know that.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're talking a lot about the product, but one of the important lessons that I learned is it's not about the what. It's about, I mean, this is cliche now, but it's true. It's the why, right? So I used to focus a lot on, you know, the movable paper and the cool technology on the side, but the reality is nobody cares. And so once I realized that the reason people display images is because, there's three reasons: love, happiness, and inspiration. The images in those people, they feel love, make them happy, they inspire them. And the reason they like WeMontage is because it's large format, it's customized in the unique large format that it is, and the quality. They get more love, happiness, and inspiration from their pictures on a WeMontage than they do from picture frames and canvas prints. And that's why that's why people like the product. So.
I'm excited about the product too, and I haven't yet been to the website, but I'm going to go. Cool. I'm going to go.
I can't believe I haven't shared it with you. I share it all the time. I talk about it all the time because I really like. I am visual. I wish Rochelle was on here. I am kinesthetic, empathetic, and visual spatial as my multiple intelligences. And so I like visual. I need visual affirmation of the things that I am focusing on.
Well, James is definitely a visual communicator. That's
Absolutely. That's his preferred communication. Mona Wesley says, love, happiness, and inspiration. I can see even using it at our annual family gatherings. I hadn't heard about it until today. So thanks, Lisa. You're welcome.
Absolutely. At a family gathering?
Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa. Okay. How about James Oliver?
Oh, no, thanks, James. He only invented it.
Really? Yeah.
But I really enjoy.
How long has the product been around? WeMontage. How long has it been around?
4 years.
4 years. Awesome.
So as old as your twins.
Exactly.
You gave birth to both at the same time.
Well, the twins were born a couple of days before he went to the coding class.
Wow.
And you got out of the work on the invention. Is that how it went?
No, I went to the accelerator and raised capital. Yeah.
To raise invention. I think that love, happiness, and inspiration are what ties so many things together. And if we can find out what makes us tick, those things, and put them in front of us if you're visual, put them in your ear gates if you're audible, have them where you can touch them if you're kinesthetic, so that you can continue to persist, so that we don't lose that momentum.
Yeah. And that's the kind of thing. And the reason why it works is because the momentum needs to be reinforced again.
It needs to be reinforced.
And it always has to be reinforced because it'll go away.
Absolutely.
Man, you have blessed us this morning, man. Thank you for your story and your journey, man. I appreciate it very much.
I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Is there, let's say someone else is watching our show today, and they have a brilliant idea or brilliant invention that they've held on to for years sometimes. Because I'm thinking of somebody right now. They've held it on to them for years. Yet. What would you tell that young man or that young woman?
Just do it.
Just do it. I don't know how to just do it. You
said that earlier, though. You were talking about that earlier. Just do it. Do something. It's in the 6 steps.
That's right.
You have to take imperfect action.
Yeah, begin it
once.
Go. Mm-hmm.
Do. You can correct along the way.
Listen, the world needs more doers.
Yes. The world needs more doers.
I agree.
A lot of talk. Stop talking and do it. You know what I mean? And just do it. It doesn't, one of my favorite books is called Do More Faster. And in there, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, if when you launch the first version of your product, you're not at least a little embarrassed, you waited too long to launch it.
Woo. Wow. Oh, thank you for that. That just resonated with me. And I'm going to tell you why. In 2014, I released my very first Road to Success magazine. And I came across that magazine because I have 1 million copies of them because they were horrible. They were horrible. They were pixelated. They were not the quality that I wanted to represent in the world. But it has been now 3 years since I released a full publication because of the embarrassment of, I'm overwhelmed right now, of that particular publication. And I know I'm better now.
Yes, but it's resonating.
Oh, wow.
Talk about that. We said just do it, and we even think Bill Rich says begin it once. I think the challenge a lot of people have is they try to steal second base with their foot on first. They say they're going to go out there, but they keep a place of retreat. They keep allowing themselves to have, well, I'm going to give this a shot, and if it doesn't work, I'll go back and get a job.
So is perfectionism a bootleg form of procrastinating?
Or not getting it done? But that's what I'm hearing now, because it's easy. Everyone heard it. Everyone's heard that again and again and again. Just do it. You worth it. If you work on this for 4 years from now, for 4 years straight, and it happens, wonderful. If it doesn't happen, you haven't lost anything. Just do it. But I'm going to keep my safety net. People want safety nets. Yeah. Okay? How do you feel about that?
I'm not saying you should just quit your job and go do something else, right?
Right.
That doesn't make sense in most cases. So, I'm just saying, like, if you have a passion for something, just take a step, like, do something, right? Get it out there. And when you get it out there, get some feedback from your potential customers. And then once you get that feedback, go fix it, make it better. But just do it. Like, quit making excuses. Just go do it, please. Please.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's not promised for any of us. So, man, you're around here acting like you definitely going to have a chance to do something. You don't know. Just go do it, please. Come on.
Just go do it. Mona says, mindset. We must expect to be successful and realize that even setbacks are contributing to your success. Opportunities for learning and growth, and keep moving.
Okay.
Mona's a great example. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was saying, one more final, I don't know, I think we're wrapping up soon, but one more important thing I would say is, the most important thing I think for entrepreneurs is, obviously you got to have a good product and all that. And, sorry, this is going to be two things. I'm sorry. If you're married and trying to chase your passion, like, the most important thing is you have to have a supportive spouse. That's one. And the other thing is like, we all know that you can't take your failure personally, right? Because a lot of times we're going to fail, or it may seem like we're failing, but really just on the road to success. But, like, mental health is the most important thing, I think. You got to have your head in the game the right way. Otherwise, you're going to be closed off to opportunities, and you definitely will miss the inspiration that you need to move things to the next level. So you got to have your head right. So you can't take your failures personally, And then conversely, I've learned you can't take your success personally either.
Say that. Say that.
Because I think hubris has the potential to be just as bad. Because if you take your failure personally, what's going to happen? You're going to get depressed, right? Mm-hmm. And it's hard to get out of that rabbit hole.
Absolutely.
But then if you take your success personally, you're like, oh, I'm the stuff. And then you go do your next thing, and guess what? It's not easy, or you fail, and now guess what? You're all depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You go through a roller coaster.
I like that. Thank you for adding that to this broadcast.
Absolutely. I think as it relates to mindset, we would be remiss if we didn't invite Bill Franklin on, Mr. Mindset himself.
We need to get Bill on.
So we need to get Bill on, because he helps me. I had a clarity session with Bill, I want to say 3.5 years ago. And it was remarkable.
It sticks with you, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it does.
I'm compelled to tell one more story today. And it's a story that a lot of people have heard, and I'm sure you've heard this story before, but you may not have heard how Brother Brian tells it, okay? But this story is about this king wanted to take over a land, and he loaded up his ships, and he knew he was going into enemy territory, and he knew that the enemy troops outnumbered his troops, but they wanted it anyway. He had a desire to get it anyway. So they sailed with all their equipment and all their troops over to the other land. They got off at the beach, and he had all the soldiers on the beach, and he ordered all his ships to be doused in kerosene and set on fire.
That's in Think and Grow Rich, right?
That might be in Think and Grow Rich as well. Yes, I think it is. But it's in other places. It's in other places as well. So as the ships were burning, he says, now, men, look at those ships. That is our only way of retreat. So now we no longer have any way of retreating. We must win or we will perish. We must win or we will perish. And they won, because they had no other way to go but to win. They had they weren't going to be able to retreat.
You ain't telling me nothing. I don't know. I put the last $35,000 in my savings into this business, so I get it.
And why would you do that? okay, because you wanted to win. You were willing to stake, that's in the book as well. You were willing to stake your success on your turn at the wheel. And because of that, you won. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
And that's a clue, not only to James, but to everyone.
Absolutely.
Get to that place. We have a lot of successful people on the broadcast now.
Absolutely. James Smith, good morning. Good morning. I don't know if it's Loretta or William Spain on there, but those are my cousins in New York. Thank you guys for joining. We must win or we will perish. Sabrina, thank you for your comments. And we got folks, James, on here that are looking forward to just listening to the recording already of this broadcast.
You should listen to this recording.
They can't even finish listening to it the first time and they're ready to listen to it again. So I'm telling you, that's awesome. That is definitely awesome. Any last remarks? I definitely want to plug again the website.
And if you have anything coming up.
Yes,
that we can promote.
you.
No, I think the main thing is, so I self-published that book. Actually, I treated that book like a startup as well. I did that on my own. But, I think if people get the book, I'm pretty confident they'll be inspired by it. It's all the feedback.
The more you hustle,
the luckier you get, you can be a successful parentpreneur. It's at themoreyouhustle.com. Just all the feedback has been wonderful. Like people like, I couldn't put it down, which to me, in the age of ADD, somebody can't put it down. I'm like, oh wow, that's amazing. So, and it's a quick read, take you 2 to 3 hours, and I think you'll be inspired by it. So.
And the name of the book again is The More You Hustle. The harder you work, the luckier you get.
The more you hustle, the luckier you get. You can be a successful parentpreneur.
The luckier you get. Okay. The more you hustle, the luckier you get. James, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
I appreciate it
very much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for hanging with us. We're going to go ahead and wrap up, guys. These last 3 minutes of the show, I'm telling you, we have phenomenal guests that come on this show.
Don't we?
It's just awesome, and I'm excited, and we're looking forward to showcasing you and your business on the show because we know that each one of us has the keys to the success, and that if we put them all together, we move further faster together than we do independently. Now, today is Thursday, which means tomorrow is
Friday, which means we're going to have the Empowerment Circle on Friday. Friday from 11:30 to 1, we have a networking meeting unlike any you've ever been to before. This networking meeting, you will be heard and appreciated. You'll have an opportunity to tell your story fully, an opportunity to sell your books or sell your t-shirt and whatever you got. You can bring your stuff with us.
It's free.
It's free. We meet at La Madeline's restaurant
in Charlotte, North Carolina.
10224 Perimeter Parkway from 11:30 until 1. We're very disciplined with our times because we want to appreciate you and your time. If it fits your schedule, you're invited and you will feel better after you come because you have 1 or 2 people leave when that meeting ends because they have to be somewhere else.
Absolutely.
But everyone else, they're not out of there right away because it feels good to be in that setting. So that's one thing. I want to talk about the author showcase coming up too.
The Empowerment Author Showcase coming up on Sunday, July the 16th at 3 p.m. Days. It's in 10 days, and we'll be hosting it at the Little Rock Cultural Center in historic downtown Charlotte in the theater. I'm excited to be showcasing these authors and their empowering stories with a new audience in a new venue in a big way.
Oh, Lord. The last time we did this, it was wonderfully successful. We had to add chairs twice. We packed the room.
Sabrina was there.
Mm-hmm. And it was not only fun, but it was spiritual. It was moving. It was inspiring to everyone. But now we're going to be in a bigger location.
Absolutely.
We're going to be in a small theater with a nice stage. And it's still going to be intimate. The theater seats 130 people, but we're going to have brand new people. This event you need to be at.
Absolutely. Okay. To get the opportunity to meet and greet the authors, to hear their stories, what inspired them to continue. Find some inspiration for your own success so that you can move to the places that you're supposed to be. Understanding that we all get a little something from each other that allows us to be successful. Now, there's also something for the business owners because although the only vending there will be the books, we will be providing the business owners that we know the opportunity to
be in the playbill,
get sponsored ads in the Playbill. This will be a beautiful magazine that will be provided for the authors, showcasing the bios for every author in there, along with businesses in there. If you are a business and you just want to be included in the directory, you can do that for free. Business card size ad starts at $25, and if you want a full page, it's only $100, because we really want to make this accessible to those.
It's going to be an amazing event, not one that you want to miss. Please, what Sabrina just said?
She said it will change your mindset about what you can do and how to get there. Real people with real stories. That's right, Sabrina. Thank you so much. That was exactly what it was. Real people with real stories, overcoming cancer, overcoming abuse, overcoming neglect, but they don't just leave you in the down part of their story, overcoming financial struggles, whatever it was. They're not leaving you. They're showing you that they started from the bottom.
But now they're here.
Started from the bottom, now you're here. If you can join us on July the 16th, it's a free event. We encourage you to come out. Registration, I'll include the link in here after the broadcast so that you can register for it. And if you are a business owner and you want to be featured in the Playbill, please, please, please reach out. I am Lisa Santiago McNeil.
And I'm Brian Keith McNeil.
And this has been Let's Talk About It on ESPTV7 on the SIBN network, on YouTube, iHeartRadio, the TuneIn app, and right here on Facebook Live.
Remember, your life is not a scrimmage or a practice game. There is no Martyrs Hall of Fame. Time, the speedster, takes its toll. And for all of us, every day really is the Super Bowl. God bless you. Go forward and live your Super Bowl life today.
Remember, you've been blessed by the blessor to be a blessing. So meanwhile, keep walking on water. And today is Thursday, so you might as well have sex too.